Okay, we're looking at the lesson that is explaining what is light, and our focus is looking at how light moves, the direction light moves, and the properties of those characteristics of how light moves. So this is your initial question: what is light and how does light behave? The science concept you're going to be focusing on today is investigating what the path of light is and how it can be changed. Now, this is true for light all the time. It does not change. So let's take a look at what we're looking at. So light moves in a straight line unless you have some of the issues or the situations happening right now that we're going to discuss right now. So right now, if you put a candle and you put little holes on these, just like so, you'll see that the light will travel straight through these holes and into your eyes. It does not move around. It goes straight. It goes straight as an arrow. Light travels in a straight line. That's what you have to focus on right now. Unless we have reflection. Now, what is reflection? Reflection is when light strikes an object. The bouncing of light off the object is called reflection. And here you have an example. You have the light source here. The light travels in a straight line here, hits the object, and then reflects back to the viewer. And notice they're all in straight lines. It does not curve. Okay, it travels in a straight line, hits the object, bounces back to you. The most common is when you have a mirror, but light reflects off most of all types of matter. Okay, so that's your reflection. So again, the bouncing of light off the object, that is reflection. Now, refraction is the bending of light as it moves from one material to another. And the good way to describe this is when you put something in a glass of water, like a straw, or in this case, they put a pencil. If you notice how the light from the pencil here is coming out from one material, the water, through the glass to your eyes, and it looks distorted. So you see how it looks right here? Okay, it bends it. Okay, that's refraction. How it's the bending of light as it moves from one material to the other, as opposed to reflection. Reflection is it bouncing straight off one object to the viewer. In refraction, it is the bending of the light. In this case, it's the water and the glass. Okay, and you can do this at home. Put a spoon or something in a glass of water, and you can see how the light gets bent. We're also looking at shadows. Okay, if you take a look at this picture here, we'll describe what a shadow is. A shadow is a dark area that forms when an object blocks the path of light. In this case, it's this little person here. And take a look at the light source and take a look at the shadow. This is about noontime. Notice the shadow because the light source is right above the person's head. And look at the shadow. When it's morning or late afternoon, your shadows are longer, right? Because the light source is either behind or in front of the person. In this case, it's behind it. Notice the length of the shadow. So to review, we discussed how light travels. It travels in a straight line. We looked at reflection, the bouncing of light from one object to the viewer. We discussed refraction. It's the bending of light from one material to the other. Okay, you do have a recommended science experiment to test the how light travels in a straight line, and you're going to be building this. Now, this is going to take some time because you're going to be cutting out these pieces of cardboard, and it's a very neat activity for you to use to get some hands-on activities during the day. Okay, I've set this up for Friday, and when you put the light source, you'll see how it travels through these lines, through these holes, and when you start moving this, you'll see how the light just stops. And the video gives you a very good description of how to complete the steps that you need because you're going to be creating these cardboard figures right here. So this is a good activity for you to get some hands-on experience. And if you want to share this with the class when we meet on our next live sessions, I'd be very, very interested to see what you have created. So take your time, enjoy this. Okay. As soon as you complete the science experiment, please have it ready for us to share when we have our live sessions. Okay, so that was light and how light moves. I hope this unit was a clear unit for you. You do have an assignment on Brain Pop. Okay, so if you go to Brain Pop, you'll have a video on what is light, and after the video, you have a short quiz. And I'll be discussing this in more detail on Wednesday if you need help. Again, your username is your first name, okay, and then Lopez3B. Your password is Lopez3B, and everything is lowercase, no spaces, and everything is on RenWeb. If you need to go back, and I think some of you have already logged in. Well, good luck with this, and again, if you have any questions, please ask me during the live sessions.